Bonjour à tous et à toutes, and welcome to BELingual Fr. I am Madame Cordell, and today we are doing writing GCSE French, and we are doing it on the theme of local, national, international, and global areas of interest. And the paper we are doing today is more specifically on house and home. OK? Donc, si vous êtes prêts, c'est parti, on y va. Here is the question we are going to answer today. Ma maison. Décrivez votre maison ou pièce. Qu'est-ce que vous faites pour aider à la maison? Qu'est-ce que vous n'aimez pas faire à la maison? Où voudriez-vous habiter à l'avenir? Expliquez pourquoi. Écrivez 80 à 90 mots en français. Okay, so as always, once you've got your question, make sure you write accornit on the side of it. Make sure they're all ticked off at the end of your essay. If you forgot anything, you can always add it at the end. And one of the important points is, of course, to highlight some of the keywords that will ensure that you answer the question correctly. So the first bullet point is décrivez. D'accord? So you need to describe, which means you will need to use a nice and diverse set of vocabulary, okay, to describe your house in this case, ensuring that you talk about where it is, as well as the number of rooms. That's really, really important. Second bullet point, we have que ou quoi, which means what. Okay, so what do you do to help at home? So in here, we're going to need you to say what you do and perhaps, give your opinion. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And that will tick off a couple of boxes. Next one, we have the negative structure. So it's really important, again, you answer it with a negative structure. If you're not 100% sure on negative structures, stick till the end. I will give you a set of negative structures to make a note of, so you can incorporate them in your writing. And last but not least, à l'avenir. Okay, où voudriez-vous habiter à l'avenir? So you need to think ahead into the future and how do you see your life there, basically. Okay. Okay, so once you've got your keywords in your question, we need to look at the last letter of accornit here, which is for tenses. So always look at the question, always ensure you answer the question using the same tense that you have been asked to use. Décrivez is in the present tense, so we will start by using the present tense, okay? Second bullet point, qu'est-ce que vous faites? Again, is the present tense. What do you do to help at home? Next one, qu'est-ce que vous n'aimez pas faire à la maison? What do you not like to do at home? So again, it's the present tense. And the last bullet point, où voudriez-vous habiter à l'avenir, is the conditional tense. Where would you like to live in the future? Okay, so once you've got your tenses, and then you can think, okay, maybe I could add one or two more. How can I do that? So in this example, we are going to incorporate the near future in the second bullet point. So what do you do to help at home? This is what I usually do, and perhaps give an example of what you're going to be doing next week or next weekend. Okay, so once you've done that, maybe you can see if you can tag the simple future to it, because those two tenses are both set in the future. Next one is qu'est-ce que vous n'aimez pas faire à la maison? What do you not like to do at home? So again, you can talk about something you don't like to do. And again, perhaps give an example of something that happened recently that you did not like. And tag it to the imperfect. Again, perfect and imperfect, they're quite nice and easy to marry together. And the last one, we are going to use the present tense as well. But as you can see, present tense, I kept it as one because it's just a repetition of the same tense. However, overall, in this piece of writing, we will have 6 tenses. So let's have a look at the example now. Ma maison se situe dans un joli village qui s'appelle Amersham. Au rez-de-chaussée, il y a une cuisine moderne et un salon douillet. Au premier étage, il y a 3 chambres ainsi qu'une belle salle de bain. En général, pour aider à la maison, je mets et je débarrasse la table. La semaine prochaine, c'est l'anniversaire de ma mère, donc je vais faire le ménage et je lui cuisinerai un bon dîner. Je n'aime pas passer l'aspirateur car c'est trop bruyant. La semaine dernière, j'ai lavé la voiture de mon père pour gagner un peu d'argent de poche. C'était horrible. À l'avenir, si j'ai assez d'argent, j'aimerais habiter dans une maison au bord de la plage. Ce serait mon rêve parce que j'adore bronzer et faire de la natation. Okay, so this is your answer for this question. Always make sure that each bullet point is set in its own paragraph to help the examiner to ensure they can see clearly that you've answered all of the bullet points. And once you've done that, try if you can to leave a little bit of time at the end of the exam to read yourself. Make sure you've done your checklist, masculine, feminine, plurals, accents, etc. And check off acornit. D'accord? Donc, on va commencer avec les adjectifs. We have joli, moderne, douillet, belle, bruyant, and horrible. So we have a nice little selection of adjectives. Let's take a look at connectives next. Et ainsi que la semaine prochaine, donc la semaine dernière, and à l'avenir. So when you use a new tense, try to introduce it. If it's in the past, you could say l'année dernière, le mois dernier, la semaine dernière, hier, avant-hier. Okay, so if you looking into the future, again, introduce it la semaine prochaine, le week-end prochain, le mois prochain, l'année prochaine, l'été prochain, etc. D'accord? So again, we have a few. Always, always, always ensure that you give your opinion. I can't stress this enough. Je n'aime pas and j'adore. In this context, we've used a couple. But also justify it. Okay? Give your opinion and explain why. In here, we've used car and parce que for because. We have one negative structure with ne pas. I will show you a few more shortly at the end. So in terms of intensifiers, we have en général, trop, un peu, and assez. Again, a nice little selection. And let's take a look at our tenses now. So we started with the present tense. So we've got a few present tenses, as you will notice, to answer the questions that we have here. Donc, on a le temps présent, the present tense. Next, we have here introduced the near future. So the way you form the near future is, of course, you need your personal pronoun or your subject. To go, the verb to go needs to be conjugated in the present tense, followed by the verb in the infinitive form. And then we have the simple future here. Je lui cuisinerai. D'accord? And the third paragraph, we moved into the past. We've started here with the perfect tense. J'ai lavé, followed by the imperfect here, c'était. D'accord? And in the end, in the last paragraph, we've used the conditional tense with j'aimerais and ce serait here. Ma maison se situe dans un joli village qui s'appelle Amersham. Au rez-de-chaussée, il y a une cuisine moderne et un salon douillet. Au premier étage, il y a 3 chambres ainsi qu'une belle salle de bain. En général, pour aider à la maison, je mets et je débarrasse la table. La semaine prochaine, c'est l'anniversaire de ma mère, donc je vais faire le ménage et je lui cuisinerai un bon dîner. Je n'aime pas passer l'aspirateur car c'est trop bruyant. La semaine dernière, j'ai lavé la voiture de mon père pour gagner un peu d'argent de poche. C'était horrible. À l'avenir, si j'ai assez d'argent, j'aimerais habiter dans une maison au bord de la plage. Ce serait mon rêve parce que j'adore bronzer et faire de la natation. Voilà votre exemple pour cette question sur le thème de la maison. Comme d'habitude, si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas à les mentionner et j'essaierai de vous répondre dès que possible. Restez présents car maintenant, on va voir les structures négatives. À tout de suite. Now we are going to look at the negative structures in French, okay? So the first one you would have learned is probably ne pas, which translates into not, okay? So the thing to remember with regards to the negative structure in French is that we sandwich the verb systematically all the time, okay? So you need a subject or a personal pronoun, for example, je, then the ne, and then you would need the verb before you can add the pas afterwards, okay? So ne pas is the first one. Next is ne jamais, which means never. Ne plus has 2 meanings, really. It depends on the context. It can either mean no longer or not anymore. Ne que. So this is the one that usually tricks the students because they see the ne, they think it might be a negative structure, but this is actually an exception to the rule, okay? So if this comes up in your listening or in your reading exam, remember that it means only. It's not an actual negative structure. For example, je n'ai qu'une sœur, I only have one sister, yeah? And last but not least is ne rien, which means nothing or anything. Okay, so let's take a look now at some examples for ne pas. So the first one is je ne mange pas de baguette. Donc on peut voir ici, on a le sujet, le verbe et le complément. And we've sandwiched the verb here with the ne and the pas. Okay. Next one is je ne mange jamais de baguette. I never eat baguettes. Next one with ne plus. Je ne mange plus de bonbons. D'accord. Numéro 4. Je ne mange que des bonbons. Et pour finir, je ne mange rien pour le goûter. D'accord? So if you have any questions with regards to the negative structure, don't hesitate to leave a note in the comment section. And I will see you soon with a new video. Merci beaucoup, très bonne journée à vous et à très bientôt. Au revoir. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe. If there are any topic or tenses you would like me to cover, then please let me know in the comments below. Good luck with your revisions and I will see you soon. Au revoir.